Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, legends. Welcome to the Loot Lounge podcast, episode 5. So today's episode is going to be a little different to the last ones. Just going to be a bit more of a chill, relaxed kind of episode discussing the current state of Fortnite, just some current things that are happening in the world of Fortnite and good stuff like that. But of course, we have to have some guests with us as well. So first off, we'll start off with the co-host today, which is your boy, Ben.
Oh, hello.
Welcome back, Ben. How are you today, dude?
I'm okay. How are you?
Pretty good. And
That's
we've got
good.
our other co-host kind of like peeking in through. We've got Purex here. How are you, dude?
Hi, I'm good, man. How are you?
Pretty good.
Wow, switch accent.
And then we've got our two guests on today. So we have my favorite Fortnite leaker in the community. Don't tell the other leakers that. Max, aka FN Leaks and Info.
G'day. I'm Max.
And we have Benderucker's #1 supporter, Little Matthew.
Let's go. It's true.
It is true. He's a hard support. Like yesterday in the stream, Ben was streaming and Matthew was just donating them. Sorry, the Ghost was giving Ben some money.
Ghost.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Yeah, it wasn't
Ah.
Matthew, mate.
Yeah, that was Ghost Day 30, not me.
Go stay okay.
Oh, stay 30.
So we're going to skip the mini games and stuff for today. We're just going to get straight into all the topics. But first off, a bit of a disappointment that we have had recently in Fortnite is, I think a lot of people listening probably know, is the good old summer event. So we were hoping it was going to be something a little bit better and then it didn't turn out the greatest. So that's what we're going to start off with. So Max, what do you think about the summer event?
In my opinion, the hype up towards the update, there was quite a bit of hype there, but after the update, it was just disappointing.
Yep.
Compared to the previous years, I don't think they can beat, I think it was 2020's summer event. That was peak.
2019.
Yeah. Even last year's wasn't the best.
Last year's
Yeah.
event was much better than this current one, in
Yep.
my opinion, even though it was
And
still
that
bad.
says something.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
bad. Like this one, you don't even have like I understand that the LTMs are slowly dwindling off just because we have Creative 2.0 and you can make your own mini games, but it just doesn't hit the same. Like it feels completely different in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I just don't
Yeah.
like it. I
they
respect
sort
all
of-
the creators, but like it's just it doesn't feel the same.
They sort of just kind of themed out like a single POI this update, whereas
Mhm.
in previous
Yep.
summer updates, they've gone full out on the whole map and all that.
Do you know? The bad thing is that it's not even really a POI; it's just a landmark. So. Which makes it even worse. But this is all, we're not here to hate on it. We're just here to give our
We're
thoughts.
here to hate on it.
Yeah, we kind of are. No, but we're just here to give our like constructive criticism and just thoughts and opinions. But yeah. Matthew, do you have anything to say about the good old summer event?
Ice cream, right? They love
Yummy.
ice cream.
Hey, let's go. Ice cream.
That's all we really got.
Pretty much.
It's ice cream.
Yeah. And fireworks.
Hey,
Fireworks.
guys, let's
too.
not.
Well,
Yeah, let's not
yeah.
forget the free rewards too, guys. Come on.
Actually, I gotta be honest, they kind
I
of
do
carried.
like the rewards.
Yeah.
They always hit within the cosmetics.
If it
I
wasn't,
wish we got Denny's monkey
yes,
skin as well.
yes.
I think
Which-
we are gonna.
It's kind of weird though because we got the back bling. So where's the skin? Like, do you think it's still in the works and it is coming? Or
Oh yeah, for sure. He's just coming out later.
Hopefully.
It's just a tease.
Do we have any encrypted packs still to go? Sure.
I think there's quite a few left, but I don't think they're like big packs, so they're probably just emotes and that.
Okay, yep. Well, I love me icon emotes, so hopefully there's some good ones within that as well. Purex, what do you think about the summer event, even though you not playing Fortnite too much because of it?
Summer event. When did that happen? I don't remember that happening, to be honest. Nah, shit. It's not an event, bro.
Nope.
It's just-
It's not the greatest. What about you, Ben? What do you think?
Oh, I love everything about it. I love the content, the new gameplay, the
Bro's lying through his
cosmetics,
teeth.
the changes. Oh man.
It's so
It's actually amazing. I just think people are overhating it. The free cosmetics, I think some of them are pretty cool. Don't care about the emoji things because who actually uses them?
True.
Term sprays.
Agreed.
But a couple of the backblings are cool. The emote is alright, I suppose. But it's really fun, man. I love the changes.
I do feel like the only good thing about it is legit just the rewards because there's nothing to it to get excited about. Like you think from
and I feel like when.
Oh, you go.
Oh no, sorry. You go. You go.
Oh.
No, okay, I'll go. I just feel like this means that Fortnite Mirrors and Winterfest is gonna be absolute trash again as well.
That's exactly what I was just about to
I'm
say.
not
Like
happy.
it kind of scares me knowing that if they didn't improve from the last summer event, I get it. They're probably working on future stuff, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But like, if they're not going to hold up with this summer event, like, what does that look like for the future in terms of not Fortnite Mares, Christmas, and all that? Like, are they going to do better, or is it just going to be like this? Because
Hopefully better, because they did say they've got some cool stuff planned for the rest of the year. So
Yeah.
have
true.
to wait until then.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see what cool stuff is in their minds, though.
True.
But like before,
Could just be
another
like a
Rift
free
Tour.
backbling or some stuff, you know.
yeah, we need Rift Tour and events. That's another thing we'll get to a little bit later in the poddy, is talking about that too, because I think we're all due for an event, to be honest.
And I feel like it won't happen until the end of the chapter anyway. So
True, yeah. And I feel like there's some things that are positive about that and negative, but yeah, we'll get into that soon. But sort of before the summer event, were you guys enjoying the season?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's impacted my thoughts of the season. It's
Mhm.
just a summer thing.
Yep.
But I still enjoy this season. I'm still playing more than I did any other past few seasons, actually. So
Yeah, same here.
I'm not going to say it's bad.
Yeah.
I really like the new sort of jungle biome in that, how it feels like it's it feels like its own map itself when you're in the environment,
It does,
but
yeah.
it's barely anything on the map.
It feels like it's infinite when it's not. Even
Yeah.
still, after playing so much of it.
As much as I like the Japanese biome, I feel like the jungle biome's a little bit more immersive. Like you said, when you're on it, it feels like you're in it and stuff. Where I know the Japanese biome was great and I love the theme of it, but it just felt a little Fortnite-y. Where this one doesn't. It feels different to the other biomes we've had, which is cool.
Yeah.
Matthew, do you feel like has the summer event impacted it, or are you still just playing the exact same amount? Or
It definitely hasn't impacted at all because it just kind of felt like a normal like weekly content update.
yeah,
But yeah, I didn't start the season off like playing too much. I didn't like it, but it's slowly growing on me, and because I do like the POI and the loophole's not bad either.
yeah.
But
Oh,
no,
the
I
new
don't
gun.
think it's really.
I love the
What,
new
the
guns.
flapjack.
New gun is so good.
It's fun. Just hold
is
it
very
down and watch the panic.
I'm liking the new what's the like explosive shotgun rifle? Not really
Yeah,
shotgun
that's-
rifle.
that's-
Oh, the
Yeah.
repeater rifle.
Yes,
yeah, that
I
one is
love that
Yeah,
so
that gun's
much.
pretty
insane.
It's like a great gun.
That is really freaking good. And like you can do the double pump as well, kinda like you can switch between it like really quickly, which is cool. So I like that. Do you guys like the OG pump that's come back?
I've picked it up a
it's-
few times.
I
It's
actually
legit
like
just
all
the
that.
Havoc, but worse.
It's fun when I have it. It's not good when the other
Yeah.
players have it.
I don't think I've got a preference of shotgun, to be completely honest.
Yeah. I used to have preference
If
with
I'm-
shotguns, but not anymore.
Yeah. So I don't really care too much about the shotgun. I don't hate it. I don't like it. It's just there.
Yep.
I personally don't think it's that special, to be honest, either. It's legit just the Havoc, but worse. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing as the OG pump as well, but worse.
I
It's
don't know.
just-
The range
yeah,
goes
weaker.
crazy.
The range is good.
I haven't really tried the range. Yeah, but then you could just use the what's it called, the new rifle instead. So.
True. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, and yeah, season 3 is okay.
Yes.
opinion
So
on it.
Purex, you don't like season 3 that much? You definitely like season 2 better still?
I don't hate it.
Okay.
Season 2 is easily better for me.
Yep.
Yeah, when it comes to basically everything, to be honest. Updates so far, at least. Were better in season 2. And I like Japanese more than jungle because there was more variety in the Japanese one.
True,
Like
yep.
it wasn't. The jungle biome is just one big jungle, while the Japanese one was like 3 different Japanese themes in 3 different locations. Which I like more than just one same thing, to be honest.
Yep.
Yeah, we sort of had
Um,
more variety and that.
Yeah, and I did like the swords more than the boomerang. I feel like the boomerang has quite died off. I don't really see
What
anybody
boomerang?
using it
It's
anymore.
because it's vultured.
Yeah.
It's been
Oh
vultured.
right, that's right.
in the
That's why. Maybe that's why I haven't seen it.
It's gone.
Yeah. Good, no one was using it.
I loved it.
Anyway,
I love it so much.
I generally prefer
I
the.
don't know. I just
I like the katana and the hammer for mobility, but as in terms of a weapon, I friggin' love the boomerang. Like I really
I
enjoy
think
it.
it's very fun to use.
So good.
for me, it's still the hammer. For me, my favorite one is still the hammer. It was strong as hell and such good mobility as well. Just a lot of fun to move with it. To be honest.
Yeah, and I feel like they've all repeated with the same thing. Like they'll have the main kinetic items out for the season, and then like the last 2 weeks they just vault it. But I think the boomerang got
Yep.
the early treatment because that's what he voted.
Yep.
Mm.
That shit's not coming back.
It's gone, man. Oh,
Makes me think if they've got another kinetic item planned for the season.
I feel like they could, but I feel like they kind of limit it to one per season. But it would be cool if they had multiple.
Yeah.
I think that would shake up the game.
It's
a
going to
bit more.
be, we're only about just under halfway through the season now, I think we are.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What are we like 3-4 weeks into it?
Yeah, 4, I think.
I feel like the
Jeez.
season's felt like it's gone quicker, in my
It does
opinion.
feel like it's going fast.
The updates we've had so far as well have been pretty good.
Yeah. I kind of agree with Purex though. How season 2's updates have been a lot better in terms of like the content, but in my opinion, that's mainly because we had collabs with that. The collabs did carry last season quite a lot. Where
Mm.
with this one, like, I do like the consistent change that we've had to the loot pool because it has kept it very interesting. Like, it's vaulted, unvaulted, and changed stuff up quite a lot. So I do like that. But overall, yeah, I don't hate the updates. I think they're pretty good. My interest has been more peaked throughout this season over the other season.
I do feel like it needs to be said that at this point, collabs do carry Fortnite. Like, without collabs, I don't know. The game is slowly going to die. Season 3's interest has already gone down for a lot of people, and you can see people complaining about, for example, the summer event now. Like, they're starting not to suck up to Epic and actually be honest instead of lying through their teeth saying an update's good when it's very clearly not good.
Yep.
So yeah.
Purex,
dead
I
game
don't think I
category.
agree because, like, I mean, just even recently with the heisted like event, that was, I feel like, amazing and still like one of their like better events in probably the last 2 years, and that's
Yes,
just
but-
all like completely original.
How often do we get
So they
those
can
though?
still do it without collabs. Well, I mean, we had Star Wars last year, which was a similar premise. Not last year, last season.
Yeah.
See, I
Yes,
kind
I
of
mean,
agree.
they have it in them to do it.
I agree with Matthew. Like for me at least, I could not care less about collabs. I'm still going to use the skin I use. I don't usually even buy the collab skin, so for me, collabs aren't exactly a must-have for me at least.
I personally feel like they need to have the like with the heisted thing, I feel like they need to have one of those at least once a season. Not heisted specifically, but like just something along the lines of like the how you got the little mini battle pass and that. Maybe one that's not
That was good,
specifically
the-
collab driven, but
That was good, the most wanted event.
yeah, it
Is
was.
that what you were
That was
talking
good,
about?
Yeah,
but they
yep.
did never release the skins for it, so that was not.
True.
They could have actually made sprays useful for once, but they didn't do that either, did they? It's just stupid.
Yeah.
Was a
Could
bit
that
of
be
a
the
letdown.
reason why like the summer event sucks though, like so much because they're maybe putting their time into another mid-season event?
Maybe.
It's just assuming again.
Maybe. We can, like, there's a lot of things which we kind of leading into the next topic slightly, but there's a lot of things that people can assume about Fortnite, like saying, oh, they're working on this, they're working on that. But like, from my standpoint, they're quite a big company. Like, they all have dedicated teams to work on each specific thing. So why would they have to slightly put more resources into a certain project?
They
when
can hire people.
everyone's- Yeah, and everyone's equal around
They
the
have
board. So
billions of dollars. Like,
I feel like that shouldn't be so much as an excuse, oh, this update was crap because they're working on something else. I feel like that's used too much in the community.
and also, Fortnite's their only like money maker, to be honest. Cause like Rumbleverse went down. What's Knockout City's going down. Every game that's not Fortnite, it's going down, and they're just not owned by Epic except for like the other games instead of Fortnite and Rocket League.
Yeah, Fortnite and Rocket League are really only their sort of main ones at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like throughout the season, they need at least maybe one main event in terms of like the most wanted or like how we got the Star Wars. Just something that includes a mini battle pass. And I feel like the summer event could have been a good opportunity to do that. So instead of doing challenges, we could have had the little mini battle pass to earn, I don't know, like coconuts or something. That was like the point system, just for an example. And then you leveled up throughout the battle pass. So I feel like maybe for the events, instead of doing challenges, you have challenges in order to obtain a point system, kind of like a battle pass that works its way up. For example, how we got the credits or whatever it was in the Star Wars one, but just do them for the events. Like, for example, in Christmas time, have Winterfest cabin, but also have like a little mini battle pass where you have to do challenges to earn maybe like snowflakes and then level up through the mini battle pass or something.
No, man, that would be amazing. Let's be honest, it's Epic. They're not gonna do that.
It just gives more play value, I reckon. Like people want to play the game a bit more.
It feels more rewarding.
Yeah,
I feel like even Winterfest are sort of starting to drop off in terms of hype in that.
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they need to change up the sort of way they do stuff and that.
I like the
They
Winterfest
tried it
cabin,
with
but I felt they need to change that slightly too. But have a
Yeah.
similar principle, but change it up a bit.
Yeah.
They tried it with
This
the
is
what was
the
it called?
fourth
Snow
year, I think, we've
Showdown?
had it.
Oh, I hated that. Yeah, I love the Winterfest cabin, but I feel like they need to keep similar aspects to it, but not directly keep doing it. Because over a period of time, when you repeat something, I know we want it, but it ends up getting a bit boring and stale. So, like this last Christmas event, that it was nothing to rave about. Like, yeah, we got the cabin, which was cool and stuff, and I love the trailer. Like the little Christmas trailer was awesome, but overall, it was
Epic
just,
trailers are awesome in general, I reckon.
yeah. But overall, the event was just, it was all right. But yeah, I was talking to Clark on his live stream, and I said to him, I was like, "Hey Clark, do you think the summer event's going to be good?" And this was like sort of his rough wording. He was like, "I think it will be, just because they're going to learn from their mistakes on the previous summer event, just how people hated it and thought it was a flop." But that didn't really, that didn't work out too well.
Aged well.
That aged very well. So creators were given selected creators were given like an email saying that there's like big things coming for the future, like teasing it. If you guys could guess, what would you count as some big things? Like I know Max, you know some leaks and stuff that might help with that, but yeah, like what do you guys think these upcoming projects are potentially?
I'm hoping for another Rift tour, to be honest.
Oh yes.
Oh, please. I don't even care about the artist. Just give us something at this
I
point.
love Post
'Cause
Malone.
They were doing concerts every year, and I don't think we got one last year,
Nope.
No, we didn't.
apart from
Freak.
creative concerts and all that.
Yeah, jeez. Because the last one we had was the Ariana one, if you're not counting creative
Yeah.
concerts.
Yep. 2021 as well. That's
Jeez.
Yep.
I do feel like those things though are a bit harder to work towards because there's like copyright stuff,
Oh,
the artists, like it's a bigger project overall.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
It takes many
they have to make it so
seasons to plan.
like YouTubers and sorry, I just thought like they need to make it so YouTubers can still upload it and not get like striked instantly. Like, so they're still got to cover those costs as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So there's so many little things that go into it, I suppose.
Do you have any other things, Max, that you think they could be working towards?
I would say collabs, but I feel like the sort of lineup of future collabs and that have already been, or like given a rough idea of what they are and that.
I do think the leaked
had-
Lego collab might be a big thing as well.
Yeah, I think it was
I pray it is.
Matrix found some information on that, or someone did, and it was going to be two weeks of events and then a few things after that, I think.
We have the Doctor Who thingy as well with like a battle pass system, even though I
True.
don't really care about Doctor Who at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got that coming up soon.
And then obviously, like, another thing where it stands is we're going to have an end of season event too. So are they putting like all their resources and effort into achieving this, not end of season, sorry, end of chapter event? So are they putting all their resources and that into this big event, or is that just kind of a bit of just what we're speculating really? Like it might not even be true. But
Hopefully they are,
I
because we
hope
don't
so.
want to end of chapter event like last year's one.
I
Oh,
just hope we get a big surprise that isn't leaked, because I feel like every actually big thing they're doing has been leaked, and it's just takes
that's
away
true.
the hype.
Yeah.
Because we haven't got a surprise tweet in ages. That's like, oh my god, no way they're adding this. Everything's like, oh yeah, finally they're adding it.
I think the ranked mode was a bit of a surprise, because I didn't hear much about a ranked mode beforehand and that.
Yeah. Which was good, but like I just feel like every end of chapter, every season event that we've had gets leaked in some way, shape, or form. And this kind of leads into the next topic. Like, do you guys feel that leaks are getting too out of hand, or do you think it's good having a couple of leaks here and there, or like, what's your opinions on leaks?
Personally, it doesn't bother me too
Yep.
much what get leaks and what doesn't. I know there's quite a few people in the community who aren't too fond of big things getting leaked, but yeah,
And
with a company as big as Epic, it's sort of impossible to keep
Yeah.
things from getting out and that.
You as a leaker, Max, do you feel like do you ever find yourself holding off on certain leaks, or you don't really care and you just like post them?
I sort of go with the flow of what other people in the community are doing.
Yep.
So, for example, if there's live event leaks, and in past people have held, like most leakers have held off on posting like big leaks and all that sort of stuff during events, and I've sort of just gone with the flow, what everyone else has done.
Matthew, for you, because you're like not really as like a leaker and new stuff that we do, and you're more of like just a watcher and enjoyer and stuff. What's your opinions on leaks? Do you like them, or do you feel like they get a bit out of hand? Like, do they spoil some expectations for you?
Yeah, I think lately they kind of have. Like,
Yeah.
I like leaks to serve as like a teaser, but lately they just kind of been like every little detail where it's like you just know everything and you go in the game and it's just kind of boring in a way because it's like you just already know what's going to happen or what it is, all the content already, so it's not really experiencing anything new. So I mean I'm getting sort of like not follow leaks as much because
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
I don't know. It's just making the game less enjoyable overall.
That's like for me, that's why I'm starting to step away from the news and leak side a little bit and just doing just unique content, gameplay and stuff, just like personal stuff. Because I just find like, I don't know, as it's traveling and as we're going on a bit more throughout the seasons and the chapters, I feel like leaking's getting a little bit more frowned upon than what it is, just in terms of like, if you want to use say if you're trying to get into the partner program, for example, like if you're doing leaks and stuff like that, there's no chance for you to get in. And I kind of find that's Epic's indication to say like, hey guys, we're kind of getting fed up with the leaks. They're getting a little bit too far and a bit too out of hand.
I feel like Epic don't mind like cosmetic leaks and that on update nights because they can easily encrypt like collabs and all that sort of stuff. So I feel like there's certain cosmetics that they won't encrypt to sort of build up hype in a way.
Yeah.
Because I know they do use leakers in that to sort of gain like an advantage to build up hype and all that for certain things. And then things that they don't want to be spoiled, they can just encrypt in that.
I'm not saying like get rid of leaks completely because like you said, Max, like during downtime, I absolutely love seeing all the leaks that come out in terms of skins and stuff. But when it comes to like a battle pass or the theme of a season and stuff, like we could use season 2 of this chapter, for example, like that got heavily leaked, like in terms of the battle pass and the actual whole theme, literally everything that was included. So like by the time we loaded up into the season, we just knew and expected everything. It was just playing it and seeing what it was like. So I feel like to that extent, I feel like leaks are good in some aspects. And like you said, Epic kind of do use some leakers to get some stuff out. But then I also do feel like it can be a bit of a stretch and go a little too far in terms of maybe going more into the insider territory rather than the leaks itself.
Yeah, like internal leaks
Yeah.
and all that seem to be the worst ones.
Yep. And I know like especially like I talk Fortnite, for example, like I've seen, and I get his frustration with a lot of it as well. How people are just starting to get a bit fed up over mainly just the inside leaks.
I like update nights because seeing what new cosmetics, what map changes, like we're all in voice chat, just seeing what's new. But yeah, like I said before, when there's like a big thing that's going to happen and it's just spoiled, like we all know this Lego thing's going to happen at some point. If that came out of nowhere, I would have absolutely blown my mind. But now that I know it's going to happen at some point, it's just like,
Yeah.
It's one of those kind of things. I don't like the big leaks that are happening months in advance. Like even if like I wouldn't mind like obviously things being leaked a month. I mean not a month, a week early. Like or hints like this might be happening. But like we knew the Lego, we know this Doctor Who thing's gonna happen. It's just things like that. It's just like I don't know how to explain it.
No, I get
Not
what you
the
mean.
biggest fan.
Yeah. Like
But
for example,
I like some, but not the biggest
if
fan.
you had to, I'm going to give you like two sort of scenarios here, okay? And I want all of you guys to kind of like pitch in on it. For example, during chapter 2, we had that insider leak that was saying how chapter 3 is going to have a location of the 7. We're going to get an Ariana Grande concert, and there was some other dot points along the way. Would you rather something like that or something like we did in season 2 where they're like, okay, this is all the battle pass skins. This is what's going to be in the season. This is happening here and all that kind of stuff. So do you like something that kind of just generalizes or like summarizes upcoming leaks over the next like year? Or would you prefer one that something just like teases something in the next week or two?
I would prefer sort of something over the next year and that, as long as it's not heavily detailed.
Yeah, yep.
Because, for example, with like when they said, "Oh, we're getting an Ariana Grande concert," it could have been speculated to be a creative concert for all we knew, and it ended up being a really big thing.
Yeah.
And it was really good in that.
And I feel like they're not as
yeah, room
detailed
for
either. As
imagination
well.
and all that.
Yeah, those type of leaks weren't detailed. They
Yeah,
were
it's
more
good when
just
they're not heavily
generalized.
detailed.
Yep.
I personally feel like we do need leaks, like no matter what, for this game to stay alive. To be honest, that's just yeah. I don't know. I feel like without getting anything new, like hearing anything new from the game, because Epic themselves don't say anything anymore anyway. So I feel like we do need leaks. Like it doesn't need to be big insider leaks, but as you guys said, like during updates or something, and maybe sometimes tease a future collab. Like instead of them saying directly that we need a Lego collab or that we're getting a Lego collab, they could have teased it in a way, like the leakers and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it does keep the hype up, and without hearing anything, we saw this at Chapter 2, Season 1. Nothing for like 120 days. Absolutely nothing except for a harpoon, and we saw what that did to the game.
Yep.
So we definitely,
I get
we
what you
need
mean.
leaks for
Yeah.
this game to, yeah.
You need leaks, but at the same time, you don't want them to go too far to reveal too much.
Yeah.
Just a little bit just to hype you up and get you excited for what's to come. Yeah, I think that at the end of the day, everyone's going to have their own mixed opinions on it. Some people are going to be all for leaks. Some people are going to be sort of like the UI Purex, where you think that we need leaks, but don't go too far. Like everyone's going to have a different stance on it. Some people are going to be more positive or more negative than others. So at the end of the day, like no matter what community you're in, you can't get that mid ground. There's always going to be people that either hate it or love it. So unfortunately,
it really just comes down to personal preference and all that.
it does, yeah. And like for the people that don't like the leaks, you can always block people or mute the words and that. Like you don't have to follow the leakers and that if you don't want to see it. Another thing that I do feel like though leakers do need to do, because I've seen a couple that don't, is on Twitter, just put the spoiler over it if it's like an image, just to be respectful, because some people just chuck it out and you just literally see it on your timeline. So if you just chuck that spoiler tag, it's just going to help a little bit if people don't want to directly see it, especially for people like Ben, because Ben, sometimes you don't want to see it. So
Well, mostly with the new season kind of things. Like if just say we're gonna get new skins next week, I'm fine seeing that. I'm fine seeing new cosmetics in each update night. It's mostly just new season. They're like, here's all the skins, here's the trailer, here's what's going to be happening. It's like, well, I wanted to wait until it's actually update time to see that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Because
I agree.
it pretty much deletes any kind of hype I have. Like we have Attack on Titan theme last season. If I was an Attack on Titan fan and I didn't know about those leaks, if I loaded it up and saw that, I would have absolutely blown my mind. But I feel like knowing about it beforehand, you got initial hype, but it kind of dies down as you get towards the season, and it's just like, oh, finally I've got it, rather than like, oh my god, it's here, oh my god, I can get it now too, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to explain it, but I'm a How to Train Dragon fan. If there was a collab, I would prefer to not know about it beforehand, because I feel like if I loaded it up and saw it, it would have been like the best day of my life, kind of thing. Whereas if I knew about it months ahead, I would just feel like every update be like, oh, where's the hints? I wouldn't really care about anything else, kind of thing. It would kind of ruin like my attention of what I want in the game, kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it.
I understand what you mean.
yeah, so
I also kind of gotta blame myself for sometimes like actually wanting to see the leaks. So like I hear stuff like, "Oh, this is happening," and then I just go to Twitter straight up. And Jake, you're also one of these.
I know,
We
I
can't
know,
like stop.
yeah.
Yeah, we can't stop.
I
looking
say
at
that
the
I don't
spoilers
want
even.
to see it because I don't want to get spoiled, but when they're out,
Yeah,
I just
but
can't
we
help
still
it.
look at
I can't
'em.
help it. I can't help it.
We still look at them.
It gets like, I think it's just the temptation. You just like, it's too tempting because like, you know, they're out.
Curiosity and all
Yeah,
that.
the curiosity gets you because you know they're out and about in the community and you're like, oh, I'm going to see it anyway, so I might as well just see it. But that's why I'd rather people just not do anything at all, just so no one can see it at all. But
A little
curiosity
selfish,
gets us. If I can't see it, I don't want anyone else to. But nah, I feel like leaks have a positive and negative impact.
I do see why people leak it though, because obviously a lot of leakers, I guess, is a race to who can get it first.
True, yep.
Who can
Yeah,
leak this big thing.
get the clout.
And then it's
No.
like all these YouTubers like, oh, there's content for me now. So all the YouTubers are going to be loving all this new leaks because then that's extra content for them to make.
Yeah,
They can make videos
Yeah.
on what it might happen. That they can make a video on that the leaks come out. And so there's rather than just a video of once it's come out, they can do videos beforehand. So there's so many positives and negatives to it.
I think
I agree.
I think at the end of the day, there are some leaks that go too far and some that are tolerable. Like update from my personal standpoint, update days are awesome. But when it comes to like leaking events or upcoming collabs that have been in the works for a long time, sometimes I do feel like that's a little bit dog, because like a bit of a dog act, just because like if you sort of take it from a developer's standpoint, they put so much effort into it and that. And like I know sometimes I've seen like Evan and people like that, like the Fortnite devs, they get a little bit sad because they realize that all this effort and work that they're put into hyping something up or like working towards an event, it just gets ruined and it can't be hyped up like Fortnite wanted to do it. But then at the same time, Fortnite sometimes don't hype up stuff where the leakers can. So it's like a double-edged sword, really. But yeah, so that's sort of a bit of the leaking rant. At the end of the day, there's pros and cons to it, and no matter what happens, there's not really any beneficial or side of it. There's always going to be the pros and cons. So is there anything that you guys would like to sort of, based off the leaks and that, is there anything that you guys would like to see coming in the future of Fortnite that we might know from leaks, or something that you guys would like to see personally, like maybe a favorite collab or favorite addition to the game or anything like that?
Well, for stuff that we already know about, I'm pretty excited for the Lego collab because I grew up with Legos and they also originate from the country I live in. So
Denmark, yeah.
yeah, and then I hope for an Attack on Titan Part 2 collab because I feel like they did Part 1 dirty. Not many styles or anything, even though there was so many possibilities. I've spoken about it so many times. Yeah, and that's about
Just
all I
Purex,
want,
do
to
you
be
feel like
honest.
they might do a part 2 when the final part releases?
Yes, maybe.
For you, Ben, I know you'd probably like to see a How to Train Your Dragon collab.
Yep. I was just gonna say I don't even need to explain. If you know me, then you know exactly what I want.
Yep.
In terms of collabs, I'm sort of happy with whatever collabs we get. I'm pretty hopeful in UEFN mostly, and sort of the future of that, because they're like original roadmap they released. If they can stick to it and release everything that they said will be, and when it's scheduled to be released, it should be pretty good.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like at launch, UEFN was quite restricted in some ways, and I know it got a bit of backlash in regards to that. But yeah.
What about you, Matthew? Is there anything you'd like to see?
I just want more My Hero. That's all.
That's so your addiction's My Hero, like how Ben likes How to Train Your Dragon.
I would say so, but it stemmed from Fortnite, which
Yeah.
is very cringe, I know. But
I think that's kind
I
of
didn't-
cool though.
I didn't watch it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I character design's really cool, so I decided to watch it and fell in love.
I think that's the impression that Fortnite would like to have with certain things as well. Like, you might have not have heard of a certain franchise, anime, movie, whatever it is, and then because it's in Fortnite, it kind of might stem you off to watching it. Like, for example, Stranger Things. I heard of it, right? But when they did the collab back in Chapter 1, Season 9, my curiosity was piqued. I was like, okay, what's this cool stuff? We got Hopper, we got the Demogorgon, and these portals. And I was like, okay, this sounds cool. And at the time when that released, I believe it was Season 3 was releasing, because it was around like the 4th of July and stuff, when we had the summer event, which was awesome. I saw all the stuff and I'm like, oh, Stranger Things. So I ended up watching it on Netflix, and it's literally like my all-time favorite series now. So I kind of see how that Fortnite can have that impact for like with you with My Hero. So it's pretty cool.
Means
I
the
could-
collabs are working.
Yeah,
I
it
was
is.
gonna
Yep.
say, like, I feel like a bunch of the big collabs have like brought in new fans to different fan bases. Like
Mm.
Travis Scott, I hated him at first, but once the concert happened, I actually started listening to his songs, and to be honest, same with Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm not listening to that, but I started listening to it after the
Yep.
concert. I thought it's not bad actually. So I feel like it works both ways. It brings new players to Fortnite as well as new fans to the collab kind of thing.
Yeah. Just with you just talking about like Ariana Grande and that, I miss that feeling of excitement of looking forward to something like that, because dude, that was one of the best times. Same with like Travis Scott and that, like having the concerts going on in Fortnite. Damn, I really like that stuff, and I miss not having that as much, because like the UEFN concerts are good, but they're not as special as like a large Rift tour is. They're just on a whole new level.
We've
Yeah.
got to be honest with ourselves.
Yep.
Yeah, just
Ju-
the build up with the posters and everything in game.
Exactly, yep.
It was fun.
when,
It was
when
fun
the-
with the quest before and all that. Yeah.
Looking back, 2021, like considering COVID and all that, and half of the employees were working from home at Epic, 2021 was a really good year for Fortnite.
They're doing a better job
Yeah,
than what
maybe,
they are
like,
kind of back in the
chapter
office, to be
2.
honest. Like,
Chapter 2, Season 7. That was one of the best seasons, I reckon, with
Yeah,
aliens and all that.
That's when
100%
And then we had the
agreement.
joined
Rift Tour then
Fortnite.
too.
Oh, you're
Banger
quite
season.
new then.
Yeah, I am.
Damn.
Chapter 2 player.
Damn.
honestly, you picked a good season to
Sorry to
start
hear that,
though,
man.
because
Yeah, it was because I didn't like the game before. I thought it was, kids game, just terrible. Took every opportunity to hate on it, but chapter 2, season 7, it was fun.
so you
Especially
were a
'cause every
hater
other
and
game
then
at
you
that
ended up
time was just
loving
kind
it.
of I refused
I love that.
and
That's
then
good
got
though.
on for jokes, and it was actually, it was a blast.
That's like me, right? Because I was going through this period where it got to a point like, I think it was around season 4. Everyone was like, "Oh, Fortnite's awesome" and all this, and I was like the guy that was sitting there going, "Oh, yuck, Fortnite. Why would you want to play Fortnite?" Because I really like PUBG. I was like, "Why would you want to play that cartoon stuff?" And then it rolled to the period around season 7 when I started playing, and then everybody at school was hating on it. So like, I felt like during the school era, I kind of missed out on the hype of it. So when I was playing, everybody was shitting and hating on it. And then when I was hating on it, everyone was liking and enjoying it. So I could never win when it came to that. But I think it's good that you were a hater and then you ended up liking it, which is cool.
Yeah, it was a
I feel
blind hater,
like I feel like Chapter 2, Season 7 got a lot of old players back into the game too.
Oh,
Because
definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard from a
It
range
it
of
had the
people.
chapter 1 feel to it with the fun items and stuff and just crazy concepts. It was good.
Yeah, because quite a few people who I've talked to have said they sort of dropped off of the game at around Chapter 2, Season 1, Chapter 2, Season 2, and they sort of came back to it about a year later in Chapter 2, Season 7.
Yeah, which is it's a good season to pick up on. Like Purex said it, you get that chapter 1 feel from it. Like it has the alien stuff, just fun, wacky items. The only personal thing, in
Good
my
updates,
opinion,
too.
good updates. Like the first update was the mothership, like that whole mechanic. Like how fun's that? That's what you call an update. That's a proper update. Like
We had the cow and stuff and the plasma gun that like shoots and destroys all
Yeah.
builds.
like, that
That
stuff
was
was
so
cool.
fun.
It was just fun items, and that's what I missed with the game. And now they're not doing it again.
I don't know
I
if
mean,
it's been
sometimes.
like a trend, but sort of the seasons that we've had IRL, like teasers, like posters and all
Yep.
that, have tended to
They've
be
been
the
the
best
best.
seasons.
Agreed.
I do feel like we are getting slightly more fun items because there was quite a dry period where we weren't. So I do feel like we are getting, some fun items here and there. Like I generally like the changes they're doing this season, keeping it fresh and stuff. But there are some like just wacky, silly items that they need to bring back. So, for example, like things like the shield bubbles, the storm flips, the junk rifts, all that. When they were coming out
cow.
with the cow, like just all of that good stuff. Like when they were coming out with unique, silly stuff like that, that's what made the game fun. But now I do feel like they sort of concentrate a little bit more on the guns and the weapons rather than just the funny, silly items. But
Agreed.
at the end of the day, like we can say what we'd prefer and what we'd like, but the people that are working on the game, they already have their own plans and ideas, so we can't really change too much, sadly. If you guys could bring back one item from any season, it could be a weapon, it could be an item, it could be healable, anything, what would you guys bring back?
That's a good question.
No idea.
Mythic 2 or no?
Yeah, anything, dude,
'Cause
anything.
answers are-
Oh,
I mean,
the impulse grenade launcher.
Kits one?
That was that kit.
Oh yeah, the
that
shockwave
one.
launcher.
I,
Yeah,
I
that was
love
good.
that. That was so
Yeah.
good.
I you know what? I'd bring back LTMs if I could bring anything back.
LTMs
love
were really
them.
good back in the day.
I loved LTMs, bro. One shot, like, oh
One
man.
shot was my favorite.
What was it? Every 3 days, I think they used to rotate LTMs. and
Yeah.
that?
God, don't remind
And there
me.
was like multiple at once. It wasn't just one.
Oh, that's sad.
God, it was such a good time. I don't know why they're not doing it. It should be easy enough to just implement it, shouldn't it?
I think they don't do because they want to
Yeah,
focus
and-
on creative now. Like that's their
Yeah,
next
but
step.
don't they?
They have like the new discovery layout and all that. It's perfect for sort of those LTMs and that.
Yeah, because they could just
I
have
think
it
don't know
made
why
by
they're
Rumble's
not
the
doing
only. Yeah, I think Team Rumble's the only LTM that's sort of stuck around this whole time.
It's not even LTM anymore. It's just permanent mode.
Yeah, I would bring back the Avengers LTM.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Okay.
I love that.
Yep. That was good.
Oh man,
That was really good.
Yeah, I
that was
really enjoyed that.
amazing. I was at school when I saw it. God, I was so hyped to go home.
When the first Avengers like LTM happened, I legit got home from watching Avengers on launch night. So I came home. There was a Fortnite update it, and it was there. It was just perfect. Amazing to learn into. But yeah, go on. Sorry.
Did you guys prefer the first original Avengers or did you like
Second.
the second ones that they did?
I don't know. I feel like it sort of depended on the season that it was in, and sort of like how built up the game had been from when they released, because
Yeah.
both of the Avengers collabs were like, I would say 2 years apart from each other, because we had one during, what was it,
Season 4 and Season 8.
chapter, yeah. So about a
Proving
year
even
Best
more how
season?
from
perfect
each
Season
other.
8 was. Yep.
But yeah, I would say probably the second one, just because the map had a lot more stuff on it,
I
as
agree,
well as the
yeah.
stuff they added in the second one.
Yeah.
More Avengers items.
Yep.
I like the first one because that was my first ever victory round.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah, I
Did
killed
you win as
Thanos.
Thanos? Oh, you
No, I
killed
killed
Thanos.
Thanos.
Oh
Damn.
damn, let's go.
Yeah, that was my first. But Thanos was terrifying back then.
Oh, bro.
I was so scared.
That
I
got
was
my
really scared of
adrenaline
him.
going.
Would you like to see you know how like they did the Marvel collab in chapter 2? Would you guys like to see another fully collab season, or do you think it's probably best to stay away from them?
They
Fully
do it
collab?
as well
No.
as that. If they do it as well as they did the Marvel season, yes,
Hmm.
but not just for having the sake of collabs.
I
Like,
feel
'cause-
like if they can also tie in an event with it, and
Yeah.
maybe only have like one full collab season per chapter,
Yep.
it would be pretty nice.
Yeah, because I think they did that season pretty well.
Mm.
Like everything was based on, like around it, including the event. I think they integrated it very well, and it didn't just feel like, oh yeah, here's my give Epic money kind of thing. I feel like the whole point of it was to be Marvel.
True.
So if they execute as well as they did, yes. If they're doing it for the sake of collabs, no.
I felt like the only thing that I didn't like was the battle pass, because like it just, to me, it was cool having like your favorite character in game, but I just feel like they could have maybe had half of it be Marvel collab and then the other half be like some original Fortnite skins, or even just have like one or two original Fortnite skins, just so it's not all Marvel.
Oh, I agree.
That was my opinion when it came to that. But like I reckon a really
know
cool
what?
one would be a Gaming Legends sort of like season
Oh,
theme. That'd be
dude.
cool.
I was gonna say something with the Marvel one. You guys know how they released the Falcon Captain America skin?
Yeah.
With the Bright Bomber variant. What if they like in the battle pass, if they did like a full Marvel collab, they made some remixed original Fortnite skins into Marvel characters, like
That
they
would
did
be
with
cool.
that Bright Bomb.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah, that's a
epic.
great idea, actually.
Yeah,
like
like
that.
instead of like keeping it fully only Marvel characters, they made Fortnite characters too.
Yeah,
I think that could fit well.
that'd be really cool.
You know what?
I mean, it pleases both sides.
Exactly, yeah.
They had a Marvel season. They need a DreamWorks season.
Oh my
No,
gosh, that actually
that
be
would
fun.
be
Kung Fu
cool to be
That would be
Panda.
cool.
Dude, Kung Fu Panda and stuff. For How to
Oh,
Train Your Dragon.
bro.
Oh, dude, that'll be so cool.
Poe would fit straight into last season, I reckon.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
he would. He
Missed
definitely.
opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
Sad.
Dude,
See,
Lord Shen should be a boss as well. God, at the
Yeah.
temple, man.
I wonder why they aren't collabing with like DreamWorks. Would it be DreamWorks saying no, or would it be like a contract with Disney, like that hasn't expired? Like,
I don't know. I haven't seen DreamWorks collab with anyone, to be honest. So it might be DreamWorks.
I think it is. Yeah.
it's just-
Yeah, I don't see them
Yeah, I
collabing
reckon
with
they might want to
anyone.
be. I reckon DreamWorks might want to be sort of independent with stuff like that.
damn.
What? Sorry, Ben.
And we can always hope, man. We can always
Ben's
hope.
just crying.
Don't lose hope. Don't lose hope, man.
That's one thing I'd like to see a Gaming Legends sort of season theme, because like imagine if we had like, so every battle pass skin that we had was like part of a different like gaming franchise, and that correlated with like its
Oh,
own unique
bro.
POI on the map. Like
And
we
then
had
there was
like
like a unique item for all the games that are in the battle pass.
that'd be so cool.
That would be really cool.
Oh, we had a couple more Street Fighter ones. We had like a Street Fighter POI. Like Chapter 2 Season 5 could have quite easily done that with the portals, but they never did the POIs to kind of like link up with it, which they could
Yeah.
have quite easily.
Mm.
See, like you just said with Street Fighter, they had the Batman POI. You walk in, you can't shoot.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
So if they had it like that,
Oh
you
yeah,
only
Street
Rift
Fighter
fight.
you can
zones.
only fight. Oh my god.
That'd be
You
cool.
can't shoot out. You can't shoot in. You can only just fight. That would be
Dude,
sick.
oh bro.
That kind of leads me into another
Like in
topic.
Purex hopes.
That leads me into another topic is like when you just like literally started talking about like the rift zones and stuff. Do you guys feel like season should go to Season X so we can get that kind of stuff back, like a bit of a remix sort of stuff? So they had that opportunity to do that as like a final season for the chapter.
See, I loved Season X. That was one
Oh,
of my
same.
favorite seasons from Chapter 1. So I would be completely happy with that.
I feel like getting a new map every year is probably alright how it is at the minute. It might be too short in some people's opinions, but yeah, I would like maybe if they made it like the 4th season of every chapter, because that's how many seasons have been in chapters and that. If they make the fourth season sort of like a
Remix, yeah.
yeah,
My
and they
issue.
kind
I
of bring
like
back
this
some of the
yearly chapter
favorites from that
thing.
chapter.
Because I don't have the patience to wait that long
True.
anymore for a new chapter.
The only
And I
issue
doubt
I
any
have
of
is
us do.
it gets rid of the magic of having a new map because we're getting it so frequently now and so repetitively. I feel like that takes away from the magic of having a big event going to a new map because at some point it's going to get a little tiring maybe and a little just too repetitive and we're getting immune to it. I don't know, that's how I kind of feel
I don't
about
know,
it.
but the thing is, a year is quite a long time. It's just because we were used to like 3 years of one season. A year is still quite like long time to wait. So
True,
and
yeah.
we all have less of an attention span to wait anymore. So I feel like it's needed for the game to stay alive.
True, yeah. At least this then give us like an actual good event, unlike Fracture.
Yeah.
Just to make it a bit more exciting. Because
What event is that?
I love
Never heard of
I love
that.
the Chapter 2 end event. Like I've said on the podcast before, it is my all-time favorite event. And that made me excited for Chapter 3 because we had such a strong event. We had a new map and stuff, and it was fresh and exciting. Where I wasn't as excited to go into Chapter 4. I still was, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't as excited just because that event wasn't as good and it didn't give like that magic that we had previously.
I feel like plus with the amount of content that we get in like a whole chapter, it makes it feel longer than a year.
Yep, I agree. And I feel like as well, sometimes it does feel a little bit longer as well, just because the game, not so much now, there was a better example in the past, but the game can get a little bit stale as well from time to time between updates. So that can make a season feel a bit longer and therefore makes it feel longer than a year in general. But
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen like a lot of responses on Twitter. It's a bit of a split opinion. Like some people want it to be a year, some people want it to go beyond.
I did also tell you this, Jake, that it's better to end off the chapter on a good note than a bad note. So it's
True,
better to
yeah.
end it before it gets really shitty.
Yep.
For example, I hate saying this, but chapter 3 really fell off for me. Like season 1 was one of my favorite seasons of all time,
yep.
but season 2 was good. Season 3 I absolutely hated it, and season 4 was just okay.
I kind of
Season
like
four-
season 4 with Chrome and all that though.
Yeah, but
It's
it
sort
was
of like
just
good.
okay. The map changes were just Chrome. It wasn't like anything special. It
True.
felt like chapter 2. The
It
map
was,
changes felt like chapter
very
2, but
repetitive
just
in that
yeah,
sense.
just splattering a color over something. Like
I like chapter 3, season 4 more than the seasons beforehand, to be completely honest.
Really? Vibing was my
more than
favorite.
season 1 and season 2.
I thought season 2 was pretty boring.
I can kind of agree
Wow.
slightly. It did get a little bit boring sort of in the middle, but the beginning and the end were amazing.
Oh yeah.
I love how everyone
And we
like
had a good
enjoys the
event,
season.
so
Yeah, true. Yeah. What was it? Was that like the last? That was like the last good event we had.
Collision, yeah,
Yeah,
collision.
that was like the last good one we had. Because Fracture, yeah, we don't talk about that. We haven't had one
Yeah.
this chapter yet.
Fracture doesn't exist
How long's it been since we haven't had an event? Like what, half a year now?
since the start of the chapter.
So about half
More
a
than
year.
half a
almost?
year.
More. Jeez.
Yeah, because it was
7
in
months?
December,
8
so
months?
around
8
7,
months.
8 months.
8 months.
I think this is the longest we've gone without having an event.
Probably, yeah.
Like this is a perfect time to chuck in a Rift tour or something. Like just have a bit of excitement.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Just
The thing,
anything.
the
I'm
thing
desperate
is
for
with the Rift Tour, we always had a storyline event with the Rift Tours as well. For example, Travis Scott wasn't Rift Tour, but we had a storyline event with that one. We had a storyline event with Ariana Grande with the cubes and stuff. So
Same with
I don't know,
Marshmallow. We
they
had
f-
the season 7 crappy event, but still it was still
Yeah.
an event. So
yeah, they probably always think of doing 2 when they do Rift Tours.
yeah. Which that clearly makes the season more superior. Because like season 2
Oh, yeah.
Season 2 chapter 2, in my opinion, people might hate me for a little bit of it, but it was slightly overrated. I loved it and enjoyed it, but I do feel like it's a bit more overrated than what it's made out to be. But that had 2 events, and then chapter 2 season 7 had 2 events, and that was incredible. So like every season that's had like Rift Tour and an event's been awesome. So
If you could
Yeah.
have any artists for a Rift tour, who would it be?
Oh,
ooh, I'd say
That's a
Kid
hard
Laroi,
question.
but we've already had him in a creative concert. But if we had him on a bigger scale, Kid Laroi, but I'd really like to see either Post Malone or Call Me Cringe, Justin Bieber, because he has some really good songs.
oh yes.
I think I agree with Justin Bieber.
Yes,
I
let's
agree with
go.
Justin Bieber as well.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It would just be similar to Ariana Grande, like just really good, fun
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love that. What about you, Ben? Would you like Hilltop Woods?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to say I
Yeah.
loved it. Like
Vouch.
I know that Aussie and Adelaide, and like yeah, I love Australia, but bro, Hilltop Woods, some of their music I just find so cinematic. After going to their concert, it's just like, bro, please. Plus, it would bring more attention to them. So hell yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Justin Bieber, like if we did get a Justin Bieber like Rift tour or whatever, I think the next one's gonna be Billie Eilish if we do, just because Donald has done some hints in the past and that, and there was rumors about it. But if it ever was Justin Bieber, I feel like I reckon he'd be really hard to work with. Like I reckon he'd just say no to the idea. I don't know. He has done that. What he did do?
I feel like he's changed. I feel like he's
True.
changed. Come
He
on.
did do that like
Give the man some credit, right?
what did he do? He did like some concert in game one time. What was it? Like I don't know what it was exactly, but he did like some virtual
Wasn't it
concert.
Instagram?
Nah, it was some virtual
Wait,
concert.
who's this? Sorry.
Justin Bieber. He did like some virtual concert thing.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I do remember you sent me that, and you were like, "Ooh, don't tell anyone."
Yeah.
Fucking making it feel like it was a Fortnite league, you idiot.
Oh man.
It was Wave presents whatever Wave is.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It's just like a virtual thing.
So yeah, maybe I could be wrong, but maybe he would be open to doing something like that. But yeah, I'd like to see him. Max, would you like to see anyone else besides
Oh, is
Hilltop
that-
Woods?
I don't really have any favorite artists. So
Yeah.
I'll be fine with anything, I guess,
Yeah.
as long as it's cool and that.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a cool experience either way.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
matter the artist. They've proven how sick concerts are in game. Even the Marshmallow one, looking back on it, people are like, oh, it's just so simple. But back then, that was.
Oh, back then it was so
incredible.
huge, bro.
Going off Jake said before, like Chapter 2 Season 2 and Chapter 2 Season 7, like both having mid-season events, like the Rift Tour and the Device event and that. I feel like Epic can make a season good if they really want to. Because both of
True,
those
yeah.
seasons, like they had the IRL teasers and that, like we had the posters and the phone numbers for Chapter 2 Season 2 and that. But yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like if Epic really want to make a season, like pop off, they can easily.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
wondering if they're
Why aren't
self-aware if their season is shit or not. Like, I'm wondering if they're self-aware about it.
It could just be a coincidence, but you know, the seasons that we've had IRL teasers and all that, they've gone really full out on marketing.
Yeah.
Have been
Yeah.
the best ones.
I
At
agree.
this point, they surely know what we enjoy and stuff, so they must do
Mm.
stuff on purpose when we
Yeah,
don't
well-
like it.
Well, yeah, like Chapter 2, Season 2, we had the 2 events, and we've had the real life marketing too then as well.
Yeah.
The build up for that
Mm.
was so good. Do we have real life marketing for Chapter 2, Season 7?
Yes, we did. We had like
Yep.
the alien marks
The
everywhere
crop
in the world and
circles,
stuff.
content creators
IRL,
Yeah.
yeah.
and that.
So they know if it's going to be a good season or not. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Then
Yeah.
but then chapter 3,
They're
season
definitely
4, they
self-aware.
had like those weird Chrome videos and stuff, and some Chrome stuff
Yeah.
around. It wasn't to the extent of the other seasons, but like it was
that
still
season-
slightly. But
Yeah,
like
that
they,
season was.
they did posters for this season, but that was only like Brazil. There's only a couple.
yeah,
So I feel like they're trying to add a touch of marketing in real life, but they're not fully going all out. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like every season they sort of do some sort of marketing, but they ramp up the marketing if they know it's going to be a good season.
And why don't they do it every season?
that does show that they're probably self-aware of if the season's going to be great or just mediocre. One thing I'd really
Yeah,
like
but
is if the final season of this chapter has a concert, an event, and good marketing. You can already just know it's going to be a great season.
I
It's
don't
gonna be
understand
too
why they
much.
don't do it for every season. They have billions of dollars. If they're like, we don't want to tire out our employees, hire more then. Like, come on, it shouldn't be that hard when you have billions of dollars.
I guess because if they they don't want to like overhype seasons and all that.
Yeah, but then make them good. Like,
but if they hire all these people and then they don't need them after they've made the event, then it's just mass.
I feel like the quality would go way down as well. It's just too
True.
much, like
yeah,
too many people to like deal
Yeah.
with at that point.
I
And
think
in the end, it's like they need, like, it's money is their focus. They're not just gonna, like, profits. I mean, they want to maximize profits rather than just mass hire and get them all to do all that stuff.
yeah. I think for me, my
I mean,
hoping is just hoping that they're working on some really good stuff in the next coming seasons. So
Yeah.
It's got to pray they're cooking.
yeah,
Their business strategies obviously work and that, because if we look in the past and that, but yeah.
just something that we have to wait and see. Like, I would love to see an event this season just to at least get the hype of an event again, but I think they're going to seriously wait till the end of the chapter, which it's the end of the year. We still got like, what, 5-6 months still left? Like, it's It's going to be a bit of a wait, but yeah.
I
Even
feel like the remainder of this season and next season, as well as the end of the chapter and all that, we're going to be getting content like bang, bang, bang. Because we have the Doctor Who stuff, we got the Lego stuff.
True, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They've been hyping up, they've been teasing stuff, saying there's going to be lots of stuff later on in the year.
End of the year is
Throwing
probably
a
going to
rift
be really
tour
good
on
for
that.
them.
Yeah.
But
There's
yeah.
that whole car mode too, right?
Yeah, the racing mode.
Oh, right, the Mario Kart kind of thing. Oh, I'm actually pretty excited for that. I love Mario Kart.
I feel like the rest of this year at least is going to be pretty good.
And for them to send out their
Hopefully.
email to creators, they obviously know some big, like, for them to hype it up slightly this far in advance, they obviously know there's going to be some big things coming up to get us excited. So there's a marketing strategy coming in.
yeah.
So hopefully it pays off. But I think the current state of Fortnite right now is not as bad as it has been, but it definitely could be healthier. But I do think some future projects will definitely could revive Fortnite again, because it's always in a bit of a pattern. They'll have it where it's kind of stale and dead for a bit, and then where it amps up and it gets crazy and everybody comes back and plays and stuff like that. But at the moment, I think it's kind of mediocre. I don't think it's bad or amazing. So
It's
feel like it
mid.
might
That's the
ramp down a
perfect
bit.
explanation.
I feel like it might ramp down a bit over the next couple months, and then they're going to ramp it up with all the modes and that.
yeah,
towards the end
I
of the
agree.
chapter.
Yep, definitely.
Think about, like, obviously we're Twitter users and all that. Then we've got to think about the rest of the player base. Like, all these kids, they probably don't really care
True.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
as long as there's Fortnite, they're happy.
I
That
feel like
kind
it's
of
just
thing.
us as a
Like-
Twitter community. We expect more and want more.
Like, I'm gonna sound so old right now, but I'm in the Facebook group, right? That's like
Boomer.
with like
W.
God, you're old. Oh my god.
where it's like kids aren't allowed to be in it, right? And the player base there is completely different to Twitter. They don't really care about. I never see leaks on there. They're allowed, but no one leaks anything. It's more of, I don't know how to explain it. It's more people who are like happy they're playing the game rather than where's content, where's all of this. So I guess our perspectives are going to be different from a lot of the.
Can you say their age too, like their average age?
I don't know the average age. I don't click on people's
40.
profiles. It's just
Probably around 40. They probably don't even know leaks exist.
no, but what I mean is that there's more players other than just us Twitter users.
Oh yeah, Twitter users only make up a
Twitter
small
users
portion.
like 2% of the
Yeah,
gameplay.
yeah.
Yeah. So when we say Fortnite's dying, it's like, well,
It's not
from
really.
our perspective,
Yeah.
doesn't mean it actually isn't.
The
You
community.
just got to
for
look at the
Fortnite
player
is dying.
counts. Oh, on Twitter.
Yes, which is probably their biggest community. I mean, it's pretty easy to assume that Twitter is their biggest community when that's where they instantly share their news and stuff, and where leaks are.
I reckon the Reddit community is probably pretty big too.
Mm.
True. Yeah.
There are a lot of big communities. I
And
know
there's a lot of
Instagram's
communities that
big,
don't
but
even
I
play
never look.
though. Like a lot of them they're just specifically playing Fortnite and they don't tune into any social medias. That's like where most of the community is. So yeah, at the end of the day, I think Fortnite's at a good state, but nothing amazing or nothing bad. So I think a lot of you guys can agree.
I mean, we're extremely spoiled.
Oh,
But
100%.
When you
yeah.
when you look at
Oh,
other
for sure.
games, like
We can only blame
we're
Epic for it,
extremely
though.
privileged to be in like
Like,
I
this
don't know
position
any other
where-
games that have had consistent updates every 2 or so
Yeah.
weeks for nearly 5 years now.
Yeah. Like we whinge and
Epic's to
complain,
blame
but
for
we
that,
are
though. They're
we
the
whinge
ones
and
who made it
complain,
used
but
to
we're
it.
we're
They are,
spoiled
they
so
are,
much.
but it's like
Yeah,
yeah,
Epic's to blame
it's-
with it. We can't blame ourselves for
I
wanting
blame
more when
myself.
they've proved that they can do more.
I don't know, just the other games I play, it's like I'm grateful. I'm grateful for what we have.
Yeah, definitely.
again, it's like, oh, content. Oh no, it's bug fixes. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
You think you're getting so close, like nope.
But look at Minecraft, for example. You just get one main update every year, and it's just like that's it. We're very
Oh,
we're
one
very
new block,
privileged.
let's go.
A new mob. Oh
Play
my
for
god.
2 weeks.
Play for 2 weeks and then wait a whole year again. But yeah, we're very privileged with what we get, and I think a lot of it is in the past. Fortnite's worked a lot on certain things, and it's made our expectations really high. So when they don't deliver to those expectations, then we are a little disappointed. But at the end of the day, we need to realize that Fortnite still give us a lot more than other games. So that's what we sort of need to look as well.
They do a lot for their community as
They do,
well and
yeah.
creators and all that.
Compared to a lot of other games, they treat their creators like some of the best. I
Oh
reckon.
yeah, definitely.
Like, I know none of us like have ever experienced it, but I know they do hold like just random parties for creators in different cities. Like every now and then, I think I just see like, oh, I'm at an epic party, and it's like,
Mm.
well, what is this? Like it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff we don't even know about that happens
Yeah,
all the time.
yeah.
Yep.
No, they do look after their
And like,
community a lot.
yeah, especially with icon skins. Every time I've heard a creator get their skin, they cannot praise Epic enough of how well they work. Like, obviously, they're getting the skins, so they're going to praise them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, they're absolutely incredible with the way they treat.
Not to name names either, but there's many other games that hate leaks. They would take down Twitter profiles and all that.
Yeah.
And
I
Epic
wonder which
just
game.
PUBG.
Oh, PUBG does that?
They sued like the biggest leaker on Twitter, and he like
Gee,
had to
really?
delete everything
What
and had
the
to
hell?
change like completely
Wow.
like his
Jeez.
content on Twitter. It was bad. Yeah.
So I feel like Epic do have a soft spot for leakers.
Like at the end of the day, this podcast might have sounded a bit like we're ranting on stuff, but we generally do love Epic. I mean, I'm speaking for myself probably, but I generally do love Epic as well.
Same here.
And we
I
all
hate them.
everybody's gonna have criticisms and things that I'd like to see Epic do better. But at the end of the day, we do love you, Epic, and you are doing an amazing job. With everyone, no matter what community
Aw.
you're in, I'm crying, man. No, but at the end of the day, no matter what community you're in, there's gonna be hate or some sort of improvements that people would like to see. So it's just a thing that we do. But at the end of the day, we do love what Epic does and the amount of effort they put in because they do really spoil
I
us.
don't.
so.
I hate it.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, there's a Purex in every community.
We got a hater
yes.
here, yeah.
I hate it. I absolutely despise what they do.
But yeah, at the end of the day, thank you, Epic, and we love you. But kind of wrapping up the podcast because we're just hitting that hour mark now. We don't want to bore you guys too much to death. Is there anything that Matthew or Max, you guys would like to shout out, say, do anything like that before we wrap up?
Yeah, I want to shout out first of all Archeops on Twitter. He's the dude who sort of helped me get to where I am at the minute, give me a big boost in the community, as well as the whole Fortnite community in general. I love them to death. Shout out to Jaykey and
Aw.
Ben for having me on here. It's been a
Love
pleasure.
Oh, no problem, dude. And thank you, Max, for coming on and stuff. Because yeah, it's good just to have talk to different people. Like, for example, if you guys don't already follow Max, hopefully you are. He's in the leaking scene, so being able to talk to different people on certain opinions and stuff that are part of different communities, it's always good too. There's so many different sub communities
Yep.
within Fortnite, so it's good to hear different perspectives and opinions.
Yep.
What about you, Matthew? You got anything to say, dude? Any shout outs? Any love out there?
No, I'm pretty
Shout out to
uninteresting. I don't do anything. Yep. Shout out Ben Daraka.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks,
the
G.
best Blender artist on Twitter.
Oh
yeah.
no, don't say that. Come on. Oh god.
It's true, Ben. It's true.
Ben's
I might be
getting into it.
biased though. Just a little. Shout out Jaykey
Yeah.
for starting this amazing podcast with
Thanks, dude.
his other amazing hosts. That's it. That's all I got.
Awesome. You actually got anything to say, dude?
Damn. Shout out to my mom for giving birth to an absolute unit like me.
Oh my god.
And that's about it.
People in the comments probably gonna be typing, this guy's so full of himself. He's so cocky. He's just joking, don't worry. Or is he?
I'm not.
Dun dun dun. Do you have anything you'd like to shout out, Ben?
I'll shout out to the dude at Subway yesterday. Knew exactly what I wanted when I turned up. That's
Oh my
good.
god.
Less talking for me. So, there you go.
Gotta love Subway. Subway's awesome.
What did you get? What did you get? Come on.
Oh no. I get a foot-long white with classic and cheddar. It's fresh. And I just have cucumber, carrot, and beetroot, no salt, pepper, or sauces.
Ooh, nice.
So pretty much
Sounds good.
$15 for something so simple.
So basically, after this, I'm gonna go and attempt to make Subway because I'm hungry. Because every time somebody talks about food around this time, I just get really hungry. So, thanks, Ben. Thanks for that, dude. But anyway, that wraps up today's episode, episode 5. So next week's gonna be a big one. Still planning it, but it's going to be talking a lot about creative, UEFN, and we're gonna have some pretty big Fortnite creative teams on, and map creators and stuff. So definitely stay tuned for that. This episode, which is going to be a little bit shorter, just have a bit more of a chill one, just because for a little bit of behind the scenes, this was meant to be a strictly for leakers and stuff, and this was actually meant to be for next week, and the creative one was meant to be today's one, but there was a little bit of a switch around and stuff, so I didn't really get time to plan the so-called leaker episodes, so we just got some mates on just to have a talk and yeah, just talk about Fortnite and stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.